Hi everyone and welcome back to Sylpharionz channel. In this video, we are going to pick up from where we left off and do a tier list for Season 2 Arena Battle after the balance update. So for those of you who missed the part 1, you can find the link to the video in the description below. Before we start, let me do a quick recap of what Season 2 brings. So there are 4 new heroes in Sierra, Gibraltar, as well as Molong and Jean. So I just know that his name is called Jean today. So these 4 new heroes and 2 new heroes that is recently released today. We have Molong and John, which we'll include in the tier list later. Okay, so there are also a few new game modes that is recently open. So World Tournament has came back. So this World Tournament has the same rules as the previous one, similar to the Arena Battle, as well as the Brawl Battle, which you can use a random deck to play a fun battle with other people. And of course, there's the changes to the barrier mode and the arena battle as well. So now there's no more skill stone inside them, and only rune sets will have their effects. So to help us with the tier list, let me introduce our crews and special guests for today. We have with us today Karzak and Onika. Make some noise, guys.
Hey guys,
Oi.
hope you're all doing well.
Alright, so Karzak or CarzakTheBull, as you know him, has his own channel that you can find in the description below or the link in this video. Let me show it to you guys.
Yeah, I've lost a lot of trophies lately on the grind.
Yep, so this is his profile. Yeah, so don't forget to go to his channel, subscribe and support him as well. And of course, we have our only lady here, Onika, with us. And let me show you her profile.
Got to 3.5k today, so
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Awesome. So you are now officially better than your last season.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so Dubah and Tos has something on, so probably they will join us later, halfway through the discussion. So we will just start first without them. And as you know, I'm the host of today. You know me, so there's no need for introduction. That's fine. Alright, so let's start by explaining how we are going to do the tier list. Okay, so a unit will be placed on the tier list depending on certain criteria. Its role and potential stats, mana cost, how good it is as at its role or position, its flexibility in fulfilling multiple roles, as well as how easy it is to counter the unit. So please take note that this is a unit tier list and not a deck tier list. Placing and moving a unit up and down the tier list will be based on how that unit is in comparison with another unit on the same tier. Basically, is this unit as good as that other unit, or would you use this unit instead of that, etc. The tier itself goes from the top to bottom, where S means broken units, A is the OP units used in the current meta, B is good and versatile units, C is the average and normal units, and D is slightly weaker and below average unit. So what I feel, or what we feel for Arena is that we need a slightly flatter tier, because in Arena, every unit fulfills a purpose, and there's not really like a very bad unit to use in Arena, because it's really out of the box without any skill stone and stuff. So as we go through each unit, we'll be sharing our own opinion on the unit, how we will use or build it, some personal experience in using or facing this unit in battle, and then finally put the unit on the tier list based on the consensus. As a disclaimer, this tier list is based on purely our own subjective opinions and experience. So also, if you guys want some more in-depth discussion of a particular unit, please drop a comment below. Without further ado, let's start with the first unit. But before that, let me revisit the tier list that we do for the rank battle previously. And we will try to slot in the 2 new units that is just recently released today, which is Molong and John. Okay, so what do you guys think about these 2 units before we put it in the tier list? Do you think that they can change the meta currently?
I think they're exciting units that they brought in. I certainly think it's going to make a few changes to people's introductions to their decks. I'm more excited about John than I think I am at Molong currently.
Yeah.
Purely,
Same.
especially about Legendary Stone, placing the P above their heads
Yes,
as a target for anyone.
Exactly.
It's definitely going to be a great counter for any decks that basically just 1 or 2 high single target damage, or even Lushen comps.
Yep. So have you guys tested it out in Arena or rank battle with these 2 units?
I haven't had the chance yet today to test. I will be streaming after this and going through and testing the units myself. But
Okay.
as it is currently, I can only go by paper on how I feel they will be.
Yep. Hello. So we have Dubah has just joined us today. Nice. So you made it. All right. So for those of you guys who didn't catch Dubah's introduction, so let me show you his profile as well as his channel. Don't forget to go to his channel in the description and the link in the video. Support him and subscribe as well. Okay, so now let's go back to the discussion. So as we were talking about Molong and John, so we were talking about whether you have used them in any arena or rank battle today, and how do you feel about them?
Did use Molong in ranked. I wasn't very impressed. Like
Yes,
his
yes, same.
damage is
Same.
weak.
Same, exactly. So we were discussing him earlier because his damage actually scales on using his defense, and as you know, defense is actually harder to increase up compared to attack, and because he don't have the ignore defense mechanic like Copper, actually the damage itself is very low. So mostly he'll be used as just an interrupter in the game, and not really as a damage dealer. But the unique thing is the passive, which actually used his max HP as a damage. So you want to build him either using defense or HP. So in that way, the rune itself is already split between you want to focus on defense or you want to focus on HP. If you focus on HP to make use of his passive, then he'll be mostly on the front line as a tank because you bump up his HP. If you want to use him as a damage, then you'll bump up his defense and put it on the backline and use him just as an interrupter. That's what I feel about him.
Yeah, I put mine on HP. He actually worked really well against a Lushen team. I just let the Lushen kill him to see what would happen, and it worked.
Yep. That's what we feel about him. And for Jean, I think Jean is pretty similar to Hua in where Hua targets the lowest HP, but here Jean targets the highest attack. But he only has one hit to attack the unit and to stun them. And for the surprise visit, it's basically similar to like if you want to use a ragdoll Hua combo, you can actually use Jean and another single target DPS combo. It's the same thing to use two unit to kill that single unit target of the opponent. So I feel Jean is pretty comparable to Hua, even their element is the same.
I kind of went up against him in one of my ranked matches, and I think it was ranked. I think it was in the brawl one. But when I went up against him, he did a lot of damage, honestly, and it's kind of scary. He's definitely gonna be a big counter.
It might be because he targets your highest attack power, and normally the highest attack power unit don't have that high defense or HP. That's why the damage looks a lot to you. Okay, so let's go back.
The two that came out today will benefit my kind of deck the most because I can use Mo Long as a Soha counter, and I can use Jean as a Lushen counter.
Yes, actually Molong is anybody's counter.
I think as well, it means you don't have to have a ragdoll now with Hua. You could use John with Hua alone, which will be interesting because he's obviously going to hit the highest attack power.
Yes, the difference is the difference is for ragdoll, you will wait for the DPS to cast the skill first and then use ragdoll. But for Jean, you don't have to do that. You can straight away use Jean and then kill with Hua before that DPS actually get a move in a match.
And like Viking just said in the chat, he said Molong can't counter Rakan, which is true, obviously, because Rakan.
Yes, of course, because Rakan is immune. But the thing is, of course, you won't be using Molong to counter Rakan. It's just a waste of.
You'd be putting Molong in the front line and having him sponge damage until he dies, where he can just take out the front line in the first place. Like
well, with Molong's Legend Stone, it strips. So.
Yeah, but the thing is,
could counter Rakan if you're lucky enough to get his Legend Stone.
Yeah.
Agree. Okay, so from that short discussion and review of the unit, where do you think we should put him? So I feel that with the Legend Stone, to remove the debuff, he can go all the way to A. And for the other two, probably he'll be at B. Just as a counter alone.
I mean, without further using him and as people progress with him, getting higher levels and seeing how his defense scales with damage.
Yep.
So you
it's
might
gonna be
you might
interesting.
want to use him as a counter later on.
Yep.
He
So
might end up being really good as a counter, because if you have a decreased mana cost on his counter, then his counter works a lot better than what was another ones you could do for counter wise, like
I was
some
about to say, I
skills
think
and
his
stuff?
purple stone.
Yes,
I think
his
his
purple
purple
stone.
stone might be an A.
no, the thing is this. If you want to use Molong as a counter, it'll be the same thing as using any other unit as a counter. For example, Hathor. Hathor also can counter your backline DPS with the same mana cost with Sleep, and Molong does the same thing with the same mana cost. So if you are talking about countering by itself, right? Actually, these two fulfill the same thing and should be in the same tier. That's what I feel.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
I don't know, because I don't have Molong leveled, so I don't know. I'm torn because I feel like with Molong leveled, his damage might actually be decent.
Yep. I mean, the reason why I put Molong here in B, because Hathor also exists in B, and basically they both do the same purpose in countering the backline DPS. But his major benefit is the Legendary Stone, which remove the buff as well. So I feel that's the only stone that is worth putting to A. That's how I feel.
Yeah, for now. Don't have enough information, so
Yep,
I'll
I
go
think
for
we'll
it.
need more data for this Molong, but for now I think we can safely put him in this range.
Yeah, I'd say that's
Okay.
accurate for what we can do now anyway.
Sounds good. And for Jean, I think Jean is pretty comparable to Hua. I can say that the Legendary Stone is pretty much a B. The damage one is...
I think Legend would go to A.
Yeah, because
You
no
can
one has
snipe
it yet. But
any.
yeah. You can basically do anything.
So
Yeah,
you will
can-
go Legend to A, which
Oh,
is
yeah,
the
you
same
could
thing as
snipe
Hua Legend.
any-
Yes.
You could snipe any damage dealer with him and ignore the tanks completely with his Legend Stone.
Yep.
I mean, they can still cure and cleanse the P though, right?
Yep, but it's
Yes,
a good
it can be cleansed.
place. Take a look here. We have Hua Legendary Stone in A, so Jean Legendary Stone is comparable to her, so that's why they're in the same tier. We also have here Hua Purple Stone with Jean's Green Stone, comparable as well. And in C we have Hua's Green Stone with Jean's Purple Stone. So they're pretty much around the same tier, and I think they fulfill the same purpose. Although it's targeting different kind of units, but I think they're pretty comparable in this sense. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
That works for me.
Yep. So
I kind of agree, but at the same time, I don't know.
just look
I
at
don't
Hua
know how
and
much
Jean.
damage he does yet. We don't know once he gets to the top tiers and stuff how much damage he's going to do. So I'm going to withhold my judgment on what the purple stone, where the purple stone should be, or where the green stone should be. So I'm just going to leave it up to you guys. But until I see how much damage he does do, I'll withhold judgment.
I know he only hits once, but does anyone know how much actual damage the skill does? How much does it scale his attack power when he actually hits?
It's the same as Hua.
That I don't know.
It's the same as any other damage dealer. Your attack will scale with your normal attack.
I just don't know until he's at least level 10.
Yep.
That's what I'm
I think we'll need more data to support this, but I think for now we can safely just put them side by side as a comparison, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I think
okay.
that's it for the skill stone list. So now we'll go to the main dish, which is arena tier. And we'll discuss the arena tier here without the skill stone as well. So like mentioned, arena tier will have a flatter tier list here because we feel that every unit in arena fulfills their own purpose and they are very good at it. So it's really very close to each other and we don't need so many tier to differentiate them. So I think we can work with this. Okay, so as usual, we have to bring in the king of arena like promised previously. So in arena everything is about dots. So the king of dots is of course Beretta. There's no one else in the arena that there's like basically 90% of the arena population running him in every team. Whatever you run with, like AoE team you run him, single target team you still run him. I don't know why. Yeah, it's just funny to see him everywhere.
I've seen Lushen teams with him in it.
Yeah. I know, right? Because the thing is this, his damage is HP percentage. So previously we thought in the rank tier list that HP percentage doesn't scale at all with your level. As your unit level up, the fixed damage will lag behind. But in arena where everything is standardized as level 10 and your HP actually is quite low, this HP percentage is actually higher than most of the normal damage dealer because they don't get the rune bonus. I mean the rune stats and substats. They only get the stat
I know
effects.
who needs to be in D.
Of course, Royd needs to be in D.
No, Ganny.
Ganny, no,
Whoa,
Ganny is
whoa, whoa,
good.
no,
No, Ganny is
no.
good.
I've never found him great in arena. I'm sorry.
Okay, we will go to him later. But okay, let's finish talking about Beretta first here. So okay, we can all agree that Beretta basically is in almost every team in arena.
Yeah.
You'll see him and
Yeah.
you'll counter him every time you go to arena. And on the other hand, you don't see Royd at all anywhere because Royd, as you know, only good with his epic skill stone, and there's no skill stone in arena. So basically, he's pretty much useless without any stone. That we can agree, I guess. Yeah, so we have set up the top and bottom. So now, moving on, we can follow the trend. So if you see that there is all the team that is using Beretta, that means you have no choice but you have to carry Eleanor and Wusa. These two is a given. You have to carry them to counter Beretta because you see him everywhere. That means these two is also a must in any team in arena. Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are great units.
Yep.
Either way, especially if you haven't got a Wooster in your hand currently to counter. Eleanor's a great to instantly counter it after, you know.
I honestly feel like Wusa should be more of an A, not an S.
Okay, why is that so?
Because Eleanor, you need her. She's cleanses, she heals, she crit rate buffs, or debuffs, whatever you want to call it, whatever. But all Wusa does is place immunity, and his shield isn't even that strong in arena. So literally, you use his 5 mana for immunity. I don't use him at all.
Okay, what about Karzak? What do you think?
Personally, I would still keep him as an S because the shield
Yeah, same.
is
'cause
enough
he does.
is enough to negate a lot of damage because no one's got damage buffs
Yep.
in arena anyway.
The thing is,
That's better than me King.
yes, the thing is you can
Sorry.
use Wusa to stop a lot of the AoE DPS like Deceleration or Lushen or Lapis, so that
Exactly, yeah.
when you hit the shield, they don't actually gain anything. So I think that Wusa is still pretty much S tier.
Yeah.
And you can even run him as Swift and to make him a 4 cost for the very first cast because you don't actually need a lot of shield based on his HP here. Because only 15% set bonus is not really a lot for his shield. So I think a Swift Wusa in arena works better for that very first cast to counter Beretta.
Yeah, it's an equal cast, isn't it?
Yep. Okay.
Welcome Force.
Force is here.
Hey Tos, hi, welcome. How are you?
Thank you. Being late, I was caught in the rain on the motorbike.
Yeah, so for those of you who missed out on Torch's introduction, so Torch is a mentor in our official Discord channel. If you guys need any help, you can also come to him to ask anything. So let me show you his profile. So this is his profile. Okay, so we were just talking about Molong and Jean just now in the rank list, and now we are back to the arena list now. And we have decided to put these three on top and Royd at the bottom. What do you think? Do you agree with this?
I definitely agree with that. The fixed damage with Barada is
Yep.
so strong in arena when
Exactly.
you can't get overpowered attack runes.
Exactly. Okay, that's good. So now let's go on to the next units, which I feel that is not really used a lot in arena, which is Sick. Sick can be here or here. I think Sick is a D. You don't really see Sick in a lot of arena.
You don't see him a lot, but I've seen him played very well when someone does bring him into arena.
It could be someone that only have Sick, probably.
Probably,
would-
but they do it very well. And, like, Seek, for the
Yeah.
cost he has, does quite a lot of damage in the first place.
I would say at least a C.
Yeah.
Okay, why?
Because his damage is really high.
You don't have
Yeah.
a skill stone though in arena.
It doesn't
No,
matter.
but his damage
base
still
damage
is a lot.
and it attacks twice.
Okay,
as well.
fine. We can
With
we can
high
put him
damage.
as C.
Whew.
We can leave him as C. If you think that he can be one
I
of the
like-
highest damage.
I like to remove, if I see Seek in Arena, I like to remove him ASAP.
To use
Because I know he's
Jean.
basically gonna just destroy my front line.
He's basically the main target of Jean now.
Yeah, he's low cost. He's high damage. He's a great damage dealer.
Yep.
I mean, we know he's definitely better than Royd in Arena, so he deserves it.
Yeah, but we can agree that the next one is pretty much useless, Math, because you know
Yeah.
you only use him as the continuous recovery or the defense skill stone, but there's no skill stone in Arena, so he's pretty much useless.
I'd use him with a specific comp, but yeah, you don't see him a lot.
Yep.
I wouldn't say useless. He still enables the copper line damage. And
No,
with
he-
very
he-
low base stats.
Okay, okay,
advantage
that's a very
to be-
specific, very specific comp for Copper.
Yeah, we're just saying specific comps he's good. It's just that overall, nah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, just saying like to anyone else who wants to use him later on and sees this list and sees he's in D. Yes, you can use him, but you need specific comps to make him viable, basically.
Yep, I agree. Okay, so let's move on to one of the pretty standard unit because of Arena, Lushen. So I'll put Lushen slightly in the middle because firstly he don't have his skill stone, he don't benefit a lot from the rune substats, so I think his damage is just alright in Arena for the high mana cost. It's not really that broken compared to rank. You still can do a bit of damage with him in Arena, but at a very high mana cost. So I feel that he's a pretty standard AoE damage dealer in Arena.
It's good, but he's just in Arena. It's just
Yep,
to me he's just not worth it.
yep. So I'll just put him as a standard tier. What do you guys think? Dubah, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm good with B.
Okay. Sounds good. So since Lushen is in B, I think we can put Deceleration above him because they do fulfill the same DPS, AoE DPS role. And since Deceleration don't have his stun stone as well in Arena, so you can use him.
He still does a lot of damage.
He still does a
it's
lot
just
of damage,
that
Yeah.
yes, but
his cost is lower.
yeah, he's at a high mana cost at 5, and compared to Beretta, actually Beretta deals more damage than him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. Never mind. No, go ahead.
You want to say something else?
No, I was gonna add to it, but then I thought about it and I was like, no, I'll just keep him at A.
Yeah. Yeah, firstly, he doesn't have his stun stone. He costs more expensive than Beretta, and he actually deals less damage than Beretta. His only purpose in Arena is to shut down all the passives and also to deal all those elemental crushing damage. So if you
It's
see...
definitely counter Molong
Yes,
then.
he can counter Molong, he can counter Perna, he can counter a lot of the passive units in the Arena, so that's why he's still A above Lushen.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we can agree with Deceleration. Now we'll go back down again, so we will go to Copper. So I think Copper is slightly lower because I think in Arena, you don't gain a lot from the rune defense set. There's just like the 15% of defense, and you know that 15% of defense actually doesn't add much to anything, any damage.
Yeah.
And you have to really rely on Shannon to actually buff him because Konamiya don't have the defense stone to keep bringing him back and stack the defense tree. That means Copper will never be able to get defense tree unless you use like Math and Shannon together, which is like pretty useless comp if you like, focus on that. You can just have one Soha and steal all the defense buff, and then you're gone.
I was gonna say
Yeah, I'm good with that because in Arena you need both Shannon and
Math.
Prelay in order to really make him work.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Because
Yes.
if you have to have those two spots taken as well, you're limited basically to what other characters you can bring in.
Exactly. So in that sense, I think Shannon is pretty much B support as well in Arena because the defense is only used to buff Copper or Atamiel. Or Molong now if you want to count him as well. But he's still
She's
pretty
also
cheap.
nice to counter Sylpharionz
Yep.
attack.
Yep. That's why he's still at B, which is the standard support. At 2 costs, quite low, standard support with attack and defense. But the thing is, you don't get his stone to increase the attack 2. So he comes with the basic attack 1. That means it's
Yeah.
only attack 1 and defense 2. And that's why he's at B.
I might put Shannon at C, mainly because there is someone who can do better than she does.
Okay, what
Just a little bit.
what about the rest?
But apart from that,
Thors, what do you think? Is Shannon a B or C material?
I think he's B.
I would say B. That defense buff helps out a lot, especially when it comes to auto attack. Auto attacks are a lot of damage. I don't think people notice that.
Yep.
Yeah, you basically just said exactly what I was about to say.
Yep.
The auto attack game is very strong in an arena when you're all fixed to level 10.
Yep. So, okay, I think we can leave Shannon as a standard support, which is B. Then now we can go up to a better support. We have Bernard. I think Bernard is A. Definitely you need to run some acceleration in Arena because Arena feels so slow with all the increased mana costs without skill stone. So you'll need a lot of acceleration. So I think Bernard is A for Arena.
Yeah, I'm good with A.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue with that.
I'm iffy on giving him A. That's the only thing.
Okay, why?
Mainly because of the fact that even if it's only acceleration 1, Megan does better.
It's actually acceleration 2.
No,
Yeah,
no,
it's
Megan.
still two.
I'm saying Megan.
Okay.
He's only acceleration 1.
But
I'm
Megan,
saying that you get acceleration 1 and attack 2 on
But-
Megan.
yes,
so
but-
you're getting better off from her than you are from Bernard.
but Megan costs 3 mana. I mean, they both are pretty comparable. So they I feel that Megan can be an A tier as well together with Bernard.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Megan is for attack buff and the acceleration 1, but comes at a cost of 3 mana. And Bernard is 2 mana for acceleration 2. So I think they're pretty much a A tier support.
Right, I'd agree with that. Yeah, with those two at the same level.
Yep. So I think Megan and Bernard is the support to go to if you want to use them in Arena. And with that said, I think Colin can go to C. Unless you run a very specific healing stalling comp that runs Colin, but Colin comes at a very high cost of 3 mana. And her health pool is not that good in healing because you only get the rune set bonus. So I think the healing is actually very low. She's only there to give the attack 2 buff, which Megan already can give you that, plus acceleration 1.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm good with that.
just
Put Colleen higher is just because one of your biggest threats in Arena is Barata and his fixed damage. Even if you can't heal as much as you could in a rank game, she can slowly offset the dot damage, which is why
yeah,
I
she-
do like her as an attack buffer and healer.
But then you have
I agree, of
Eleanor.
course.
I mean, you have Eleanor.
yeah, you have Eleanor.
Yeah, you won't
You have Eleanor.
you won't be
I use
carrying
both.
you won't be carrying both healers in your team, right?
I
Well,
do.
That's the thing. Like, I use Colleen, Eleanor, and Bernard personally,
Okay.
because then I have a dedicated cleanse, I have a dedicated AoE heal, and I have a dedicated accelerate buff.
The
What-
issue is though she doesn't heal that much.
But why not Megan to actually refresh your acceleration as well?
The only reason why not Megan is because she's costing 3.
But Colin costs 3
If
as
I'm gonna
well.
cost 3, I want the heal from Colleen over
With
the
only one
refresh
attack
on my
up.
attack.
Oh no, 2 attack.
No, it's still attack up. Okay, so that's reasonable. So we can put her as B.
I agree with B. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
B.
we can put her
Meh.
as B. Okay, so let's go to another legendary. So I think one of the cheapest legendary that we can run in arena that is very annoying is Poseidon. So I think he is quite, how to say, quite key in certain comps in arena. And you see
Yes.
him run in a lot of times alongside Beretta and also other comps that you want to manipulate mana. So in arena actually you want to manipulate the mana gain by either accelerating or decelerating. So coming at 3 mana cost with AoE damage, I think Poseidon is one of the strongest arena unit to use.
Yeah,
His
I'd agree.
damage, people don't see it, but his damage just sneaks up on.
Yep, and when you have deceleration and you have dots on you, you will feel like you're in hell. You
Yeah,
can't get the
it's
mana
not,
to cleanse.
It's not nice.
Yeah, it's not nice. Okay, but with Poseidon, I feel that Genny is slightly below him, so I'll put him is either A or B. Because
I'm
he,
good with A for game.
yep, Genny is still good to refresh the deceleration on Poseidon, but
No.
comes at a very high mana cost at 5 because of no skill stone. Yep.
But he also burns your card, so it's
I
impossible
don't agree with him
to
being
cleanse
there
it,
at
and it's
all.
impossible to put immunity on it.
Yeah, he's only good for the incineration in arena, but the incineration also comes with a default accuracy and default resistance on the enemy. So I think you don't see that incineration happening that often as well. It's the same issue as Nikki.
I use him, Poseidon, and Beretta, and I get 10 wins, like, nonstop. I can't remember the last time I didn't go 10 wins.
Yep. Now the question is he comparable to Tessarion? Or is he comparable
Oh,
to
yeah.
Lushen?
His damage is huge, too. He does, like, 600 damage.
Okay, then in that case we can put him side by side with Tessarion then.
I won't agree. I want him at B.
Okay, anybody that supports him as B as like Onika?
I would have said he was B before his damage buff, but now I think it's made quite a bit of a difference to Ganymede usability.
Yeah, that extra 30%
Yeah,
really does make it almost worth using him at his
And yet,
cost.
2 other cards can do better than he does with less cost.
Can they remove your opponent's cards from hand?
Plus puts Deceleration on
Does
him.
it matter? Because I'll come
Oh,
back
yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, but it takes time to get him back.
It does,
Like,
especially when
okay.
you're stacking the Deceleration. Your card generation is also slowed. So if you're at 3 Deceleration, you lost your entire hand. If I'm at Acceleration 2 or 3, I'll be getting my cards way faster, being able to snowball with that advantage.
yeah.
Let me put in Orion and Poseidon and do the same job.
Now,
Orion
Orion
do the
doesn't do
same
the
job.
same job. He just shuffles your cards. That's it.
He does
He's-
just shuffle your cards, but it's still the same thing.
It's
No.
not
My
the same
opinion,
thing.
anyway. You don't.
There is
You might
deletion
not
and shuffle.
delete the cards, yes, but you still get a lot more out of your buck via Orion than you do using Gani. So I'd say Gani is less than Tessarion.
Actually,
If Orion
the difference
can
is
also
this.
bring in quality cards that you want back that you've already used, like recently.
The difference is this: Orion shuffles and you instantly get all the cards back. But for incineration, you only get them one by one, and that one by one is actually pretty slow. So you might not have enough cards to counter any next move from the opponent if you use the incineration compared to Orion. So it's the speed of the gaining of the card back into your hand that matters in the incineration. That means the moment you use incineration, the next skill that you use, opponents will not have any card in his hand to counter it because it will only come one by one.
And the incineration happens so fast you can't even counter it.
Yep.
I guess, but stalling doesn't really work in Arena.
Oh, it does.
It really does.
Like,
So by stalling I mean auto attacking. It just doesn't work in Arena.
It's mostly how I win most of my games. I'll have debuffs on, I'll have an attack advantage, and I'll just win by passive gains.
like I said, I get 10 wins all the time, and the only damage dealer I have is Tessarion, and I rarely use him.
Okay, let's just do this by consensus. So, who thinks that he should be moved to B other than Onika? If no one, then that means we have to leave him at A. And then we'll move to Orion next, which you said that he does the same thing, but less than Gani, so I think he should be at B.
Yeah, I'm good with B. He's still a little OP in Arena.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with that.
He's still as annoying as ever, but yep, that's just what he do. And he's basic standard for it, so he'll be a B for that. Okay, let's go next to Prilia. I think Prilia is either C or B. I don't really see him use a lot because you don't have the stun stone, and normally you use Prilia to set up either copper, lapis, or all those line unit, and they are already quite low in the ranking here. So I think Prilia can be safely together with copper here.
Yeah, I'm torn with Perlea because she does some really good damage too, especially if you can use her twice in a row. Like use her once, get her defense break on, and then use her again. Your whole line is pretty much toast at that point.
Yeah, but with the prominence of Eleanor in every team, I don't think you can do that.
It happens quite often when I'm using
You'd be surprised.
Prill into Kona into Prill again. And I dare say she's one of the strongest line attackers in Arena because she does have that default defense down.
Yep. So you want her at B? We can move her up.
Yeah, I would say B is pretty fair.
Okay, we can move her up at B. Okay, that's good. What about Finn? Is Finn a C material or B material?
I'd say C.
Yep.
C.
Finn and Sig, I think they fulfill the same purpose here. Single target, high damage dealer.
Yeah,
So,
single
yep.
target nuke, but without the stones, they just really lack
Yep.
what you could get in ranked.
Exactly. So I think they are pretty much C. And everyone agree? Okay, sounds good. And then coming to the next damage dealer that has stun. So we have Jin here. I think we can put Jin as A. She's still very strong as a final unit in Arena.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, she's still strong.
Yep, she's still strong. Especially with the protector and the invisibility and all that is really annoying at the late game. Okay, we can put Rakuni. Do you want to put Rakuni in C or B?
I'll say B personally.
Yeah, because Arena
Also,
actually.
it's a single target damage dealer like Seek.
Yep.
The mana down is the big advantage there.
Yep, and
And
also
it's
because
cheaper.
a lot of the unit comes with their default mana cost, so Rakuni actually is quite important to lower the mana cost down. It's the same reason as your skill stone on that unit, but now without the skill stone, so you will need to use Rakuni to do that. Okay, I think B is pretty standard for him. Okay, next we have the tank in Arena. So I think Kun is a pretty standard tank in Arena. What do you think?
Yeah, I would leave him at
Yeah,
B
I'll leave him
personally.
as B as well. He's not that bad and he's not that good. If you get him early in your hand, you can do the counter on enemy frontline unit. Otherwise, he dies quite fast as well in Arena because he don't have any stone on him.
Yeah, without the defense stones, just to, like make him that rock.
Yep.
He just melts. But
It's-
again, like you said,
It's weird because I've never had any problem with Kun, and I don't have any things with him.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he's in the middle. He don't have that good or bad thing against him, so he's right at the middle.
I don't have a stone, and he does really good.
Yeah, with stun he's really good. That's why he's better
No,
with
no,
stun.
I don't have a stone.
Oh, you don't
and
have a
he
stone.
does really good.
Ah, I
you won't
see.
have a stone in arena anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah,
I was
so
gonna say this is
Yeah, which
Arena,
means
so
I
stones
put him
don't
up
matter.
to A. If he's basically the best tank I've had.
yeah, but then it comes with the argument that now we have Ramagos, which is one of the best tank in Arena, which is occupying
not.
either S or A tier.
A.
A, yep.
I wouldn't put him in
Yeah,
S.
Yeah.
A.
I mean, with Ramagos is a better tank than Kun, so definitely Kun
I
cannot
wouldn't
be.
think so.
Why? Okay,
Why
why?
not?
Very
Why?
easy because there are way too many fire damages.
Too many. What?
Sure, but
One shot.
that's not a reason not
But-
to use a unit.
But Ramagos also has a nice high base HP and a
No, I'm not
nice high
saying don't
base
use him. I'm
defense.
saying he shouldn't be at A. He shouldn't be at A or F. He should be at least B.
No, Ramagos is the only tank that actually can do something in Arena compared to all the other tank. That means putting a pressure on the opponent to constantly want to counter him when he makes his move, even if you don't use his move. That means basically by having Ramagos in your team, even you don't have his card in his hand, the opponent will always have to put his guard up to know when Ramagos will use his skill. because then there's a instant kill and a heal to him.
I wouldn't need to because I've got Kun.
No, that's different. Kun is there for counter freeze, but
I
Ramagos
have Kun
is
there, and Ramagos is there. Kun don't die even if Ramagos attacks him.
how
Right.
how can
I would
Kun
agree with you.
how can Kun survive from Ramagos? They are at
Easy.
elemental.
He's got defense.
Yeah, but they are at elemental disadvantage.
Doesn't matter. He still survives.
That is very weird. Okay, what the rest think?
If we're talking ranked, I would agree with you. But in arena, Ramagos just you don't have that same advantage. He definitely
Yeah,
is an A.
especially about rooms as well. I don't think Kun can compare to Ramagos.
I don't think
unfortunately.
Ramagos should be A because he's just not that good.
He is good. He is one of the best tank in arena, actually.
I find I one-shot him every time, so I don't know what the heck you guys talking about.
No, it's different. It's not about easily killing him or not. It's about the pressure he put on
He
you.
doesn't give me any pressure, so I don't care.
That's an interesting way of seeing it. Karzak, what do you think?
I mean, I love Kun personally, but I don't use Ramagos hardly ever. If I was to choose in arena, I would definitely choose Ramagos over Kun, purely because he can gain a heal back and hopefully get another attack on another unit if he manages to survive, you know?
Yep. Okay, Dubah, Tos, you have anything to say on Ramagos?
I don't think there's a single arena team that doesn't have Ramagos frontline for me. So I would definitely say A.
Okay, since we are doing it based on consensus as usual, so we'll just leave him as A for now. Okay, let's go on to Huadam. So Huadam can combo with both Poseidon and Gani, but I think Huadam by himself is not that good. And if you include him in both Poseidon and Ganymede team, you will actually lack a lot of other DPS as well. So I think I'll put Huadam
I
as
would
C.
I would put him at B.
B. Okay, why?
His damage is pretty solid. Plus, he gives an attack debuff. I mean, even if you don't pair him with Poseidon or Gani, that's still pretty strong.
So you use him to counter the backline DPS with the attack down.
Yeah,
Okay.
and his damage is really good.
Okay, makes sense. Okay, Tos, what do you think for Huadam?
I think if you're going to be running Huam, then just me personally, I run it with Poseidon, and it's great. I don't use the Poseidon and Gani, just because then it's way too much mana cost at that point. But again, yeah, same exact reasons. Attack down, you can just deny your opponent's backline, basically, which is very useful in arena.
Yep. Okay, anybody that disagree with Huadam at B?
No, he can be pretty
I
nasty.
put him at C.
So we have
Why?
1C. Yeah, why C?
Well, does it matter?
Yes, because means you are comparing him against Copper, Sick, and Finn to fulfill the same purpose.
Because we've already got a lot of purifiers, and you're always going to wear a purifier in your team, so what's the point?
He could do quite nice damage.
Heck,
Ew.
no, his damage is meh at best.
Like I hear that argument quite a bit so far today, and I'm like, as someone who plays consistent debuff teams at like 3.5k and above, just because your opponent is running a cleanse, a Wusa, and another cleanse and whatever, doesn't mean it won't be effective. You just have to choose your timing correctly.
I mean, you're still having to, if you're going to talk like that, you're still having to use mana to counter the debuffs, and you're not getting attacked back. So in theory, if you think of it that way, the enemy team is having to use their mana purely on cleansing and healing, while you're attacking using your mana. So it's
Yep. So I think one other reason why Huadam is in B is the same as Prelia. Prelia gives defense break, and Huadam gives the attack down. So I think both of them is equally here for the purpose of debuffing the enemy and forcing the cleanse on the team. Okay, I think with that we are good with Hodam at B. Okay, next we have Tagaros. I think Tagaros is the same reason as Sig and Finn for that single target damage, but I think there are better option than him, so I'll just put him at C for now.
Yeah, I'm good there.
Okay, Onika, you want to say anything about Tagaros?
Nah.
Alright, so sounds like Tagaros is good there. How about Resvelt? So I think Resvelt do pretty much the same thing as Prelia, so maybe they are about the same, or is he slightly below because of the higher mana cost? What do you think?
I think he's slightly below because the higher mana cost, and he doesn't do anywhere near as much damage.
Yep, so he can be together with
Yeah.
Copper here. So I think he and Copper just fits nicely as a line damager here in C.
Like, for him to be doing the same damage as Prill, you're going to need to be comboing it with more.
Yep,
And usually it's just like, do you have those two pieces in hand to make him viable?
yes. Okay, then with that, we have a better line damager, which is Lapis. I think we can put Lapis as A.
I would say B.
Okay, why is Lapis B?
Her damage just isn't. Without her skill stone, it's just, I don't know, it's just lacking.
Okay, but she still
Yeah.
gains the shield. So the use of
The
Lapis in...
shield, sure, but the
Yeah.
shield's not that good.
No, I
When
mean...
you're getting-
But when you're not doing that much damage, that shield means next to nothing.
Okay, fine.
yeah,
But
I
we have
also
to
would
remember
use
that
shield.
a lot of people are using, say, Beretta, Thessarian, and she's going to be coming up against a lot of fire units, so she can get a decent shield off them, right?
Yeah, like if it gets to that point, yes, she could.
I don't know. I've tried using her, and it just, I don't know.
It's just not as good.
Fails.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
I've
that's
stopped
cool.
using her as well.
Yep, I think we can see here that line damager is not really that good in arena. So we can see Lapis, Prelia, Copper is slightly weaker in arena compared to rank, which is fine. I think that's how arena works. And we see like the different tier in here. So okay, Lapis at B, same as Lushen. I think it's
No.
pretty comparable. Okay, Onika, why?
Because, for one thing, Lapis has a lot more utility.
Yeah, I
About
wanted
the
to
shield for
say
one
actually
thing.
I've seen Lapis used as not as a damage dealer but as a fourth unit in the front line. So she'll just keep tanking with her shield and enemy has no access to your backline because of that.
Yes,
That's-
she's very good for putting at the last line.
Yeah, that's how I
as on the
usually
last one to
see
win.
her. Yep, in arena as the fourth unit instead of the backline unit. Have you guys seen her in that position before?
Yeah,
I have.
I've used her in that
It's not
position.
been any issue for me at all. I just run right over her.
So okay, so who else want to put her at A? If not, then we can leave her at B. Alright, if not, then
I
we'll...
mean, the thing is as well is a lot of people are using Sierra, so you're going to be losing that shield anyway.
Yep. And comes to Sarah. Sarah is definitely S.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because
Yeah.
You
for
don't
sure.
lose her shield. Her shield decreases a bit, but it's not that bad.
no,
It's
you
instantly
lose
gone
the
off
shield.
the arrow.
Yes.
No,
It
I've
decreases
never
full
lost a shield.
time, but you
I've gotten
don't-
like mainly a big chunk of it down, but not all of it.
but the thing
Sierra or
is,
from damage?
How
Sierra.
how can you not
it
lose
takes away
your
the
shield?
time of your shield, so then it evaporates literally like 0.1 second after Sierra has used her skill.
Where are we now? Okay, so we are discussing Sierra and Lapis. So Lapis has a shield up, right? When Sierra uses her skill, that shield time decreases. Sometimes when you just first use the shield and Sierra uses her skill, that time is still full. So when it decreases, you still have a bit of remaining time left. That's why you still see the shield there. But most of the time when Lapis uses the shield, then after some delay, then Sierra uses her skill, the shield is already at like 3/4 or halfway there. So when Sierra uses the skill, then Lapis will lose the shield completely. Okay, so coming back to Sierra. So Sierra here is definitely S tier because she can combo with a lot of the other units that you can force down, like Nikki, Beretta, Perna, all this. And also remove all the buffs like Wusa, all the shield, and all the other supports. So I think she's pretty much S tier. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Definitely S tier. Speaking of Wusa quickly, but I'd actually drop him down to A, and that's my opinion.
Yeah, we were talking about it previously.
But I was a little bit late, that's all.
Yep, we were
Just
talking
because
about
of the process.
how Wusa actually don't necessarily run a HP rune in arena and can run a Swift rune, so that you can use his first 4 mana cost to actually instantly counter Beretta for the first move.
I mean, is it really worth it that?
Yeah,
Just
he's
to have a unit in there for one tick.
is not just for the dots counter. He can also counter like Lushen or Lapis or all those units that need to deal damage to your HP, like Kamun, and instead use a barrier, right? So that they don't gain anything out of it.
Yeah. See, this is where I'm having my biased perspective, where I prefer Eleanor in every scenario.
Yeah, but the thing is, let's say you have a Poseidon and a Chill Tornado combo. So when you get the Deceleration and then Eleanor wants to cleanse and then you get the Chill Tornado, she'll get frozen. But with Wusa, then you don't get the combo in.
Again, that's all timing.
Of
But-
course,
and
of course,
it
it's
is
all
my
timing.
biased opinion. I just think that due to the relevance and consistent nature of Sierra, Wusa being a double buff effect,
Because
is
of
less-
Sierra, Wusa is not as effective. That's what you're saying.
That's correct.
Okay, so
Just
any
because, like,
I can see that. Yeah. Just now, I think previously someone else mentioned that Wusa should be A, right? Who was it?
Was it
It was me.
Dubah? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was me.
And I
Yep.
think now that we've brought Sierra into the tier list, I can actually see why he would be an A.
Yep, we can see that. We can see why Wusa is a A tier.
I'll let you put him in front of Tessa. It's
No, no.
Tessa's better.
No. This is not in order of importance. I'm just arranging them by category. If you notice.
I know. I was just.
Okay, so
Viking was also just mentioning this in chat, and I think he'll be happy to know we've actually changed him down to A. So
yep, we change him down to A. If you're putting the damage dealer in such low ranking, putting Wusa at rank S is not sensible. Yes, exactly. So we are lowering him to A. Don't worry, whatever we are discussing is not final until it's the final list. So anything can still move up and down along the discussion. So just stick with
and
us.
as always, we're just 5 random people on the internet. So if you don't agree with us, that's a fine thing.
Yep, we are just random people on the internet. Okay, let's continue and we'll go next to Train. So Train, I think, is pretty much C.
C. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would C.
2 high mana costs.
Same
yeah,
as
yeah.
D.
D. Is C that bad?
And I say that as someone who loves Thrain. Like, whilst his damage is amazing, with dots on your opponent, it's going to be a very perfect world scenario, and it just doesn't happen as much as you want.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. And the
He
dots
killed the
actually
5
disappear quite fast without him having the time to cast anything. So I don't think you will run Train at all in Arena.
Yeah. I would prefer using any of those in C over Thrain, personally, just because of the cost difference.
So you want him to be D because of that?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Okay, anybody else?
I'd
we
be okay
have-
with D.
Do we have to put him next to Mav and Royd?
Yeah, I think Train Math Roy is pretty useless in Arena. For
yeah, I agree.
for his
It's
mana
just
cost.
sad.
It's just sad. Yes, and what about Elucia? So is Elucia a C or a B or a D? I think-
Unfortunately, I'd say C.
Yeah, I think Elucia is strong, but not that strong in Arena because of the prevalent AoE damage. You know, like Poseidon, Beretta, all the AoE damager, right? Healing just one unit is just not enough. I think I will use Colin over Elucia anytime. And that's why I think Elucia is slightly lower than Colin.
Same thing with me. I've adopted to using Colleen over Elucia in Arena specifically.
Yep, so I think she's here in C, nicely below Colin. Anyone disagree?
Nope.
Okay, now we'll go to one of the highest single target damage in Arena, Sophia. I think we can put her at A. She breaks down all the water units like Poseidon, Wusa, all that in just one hit. and Kun if you use the tank
Kun as
as well.
well.
Yes. So I think she's one of the best damage dealer in arena, just to break down all these water tanks.
Yeah, I'm good with A.
Yeah, and if your opponent's also
Yeah,
running a
yeah.
Wusa, she can also melt the Wusa.
Yep.
And
So
usually Wusa's frontline 1 to 3.
yep, exactly. So you see Poseidon, Husa, Megan, Kun, all these water units. She just melts them
As
down.
well. Yeah.
Yep. And the
Just a lot of good water targets for her.
Yep. The counterpart for her is Kali, so I think Kali is also in A because of the unrecoverable and the low mana cost of 3. And you see that a lot of teams running like a lot of healers, right? So you want that unrecoverable debuff if you run the single target focus deck. So you want Kali in. So that's why she is comparable with Sophia in A.
Yep, I'm good with that.
Yeah. She also just hits like a truck, so it's also cool.
Yes. And okay,
It's one of the few units where she doesn't need her attack runes to still do a lot of damage.
exactly. Okay, next we have Camilla. I think Camilla is pretty useless other than you want to soak the crit for the healing, but because there's no one using the crit rune in arena and there's no crit stone as well, I think she's quite low in arena. I think we can put her as C or B.
I would say C.
I would say C as well.
C as well from me.
So I think Camilla
Yeah,
is pretty
C
low.
for me personally.
Yep. And same as Rakan, I think Rakan also is pretty useless in arena because you don't
Oh,
get
I don't know. I've seen since the buff on Rakan, I've seen some arena teams doing some nasty stuff with him personally.
really with 5 mana cost.
Yeah, honestly, I've seen him ripping up front lines.
Okay, so what about the rest?
Personally, I'd have him as B because obviously a lot of people want to go for the
Mm.
damage over time, but he can cause some problems.
Cool. I think he's also quite a meaty tank. Has a lot of health, so he can still tank pretty well in arena. Okay, that's fine. We can put him as B.
I mean, I don't know what everyone else thinks, but
I would put him as B as well myself.
Okay, B is
Like-
good.
Just because whenever I play it, whenever I use Kun in arena, Sophia just decides to try and eat him turn 1. When it's Rakan on the front line instead, I'm like, huh, thank you for doing nothing to me.
Yep. Okay.
and no one runs Finn, so
Yes. Okay, good. Rakan is the standard here. Now we go to our goddess next, Soha. So I think Soha is A. Because Soha can still be used to steal all the buff, especially like Wusa and other buffs. So I think A is good. What do you guys think?
Yeah. There's nothing better than seeing someone set up their team with buffs.
Yeah, and then you
you're
steal
being,
it with Soha.
Thank you. I'll take them all for 4 mana.
Yep. So you see in the same tier A, you have Bernard and Megan. That means you wait for enemy to cast Bernard, and then cast Megan to refresh, and then you steal everything with Soha. So they use 5 mana and you use 4.
Exactly.
exactly.
Okay, that's good. Praise Soha.
Right, so
Pray doesn't get resisted as well, right?
Yes, pray that it doesn't get resisted. Okay. Chloe in Arena SU is quite good as well to prevent the AoE damage. I see a lot of people running Chloe. So Chloe can be either A or B. But I think for the high mana cost, maybe you can put her at B.
I think
I'd
B.
say B, yeah.
Yeah, B.
yeah, definitely in the middle.
Yep. So Chloe at B. She's still very good to stop Lushen, Lapis, all that. So that's why they're in the same tier. You see Lushen, you see Chloe.
What do you think, Ornica?
Yep, Onika, what do you think? For Chloe?
I'm fine with it.
Okay, good. Now we go to Miken. Miken is as useless as Lucia because we see everyone is using Eleanor. And because of no skill stone, you don't gain the healing of the Miken. So I think we can put her together with Elucia here. In C.
I honestly just put her at D.
Miken? Miken
Yeah.
still removes debuffs though. So if you see Beretta, you can actually still...
It's,
yeah.
it's the same with Lucia, but the issue with McKean is she bounces HP, and you have to be really good at timing her to be able to survive.
Yeah,
I
you could
agree.
you could
The fact
theoretically
that-
kill yourself.
Basically.
So you're saying because
Unless
you use Mikin and then you are easy target for all the AoE damage to clear your entire team at the same time.
Yeah, I mean it
Exactly,
happens. Yeah, it
Yeah,
happens to me
yeah.
as well.
Epic
Tournament
Sony
it
heal.
caused me a loss.
Okay,
She just
so
makes dot teams stronger, despite her cleansing.
yes, we can put
It's
her
just
down. So we can put her down as D. D is fine. Okay, all agree that she's a D.
Yep.
Okay,
Agreed.
nice.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, next we go to Nikki. So Nikki is, it used to be B, but because of Sarah, Nikki went up to A. I feel that Nikki now combined with Sarah is one of the highest damage in arena. Same reasoning
Yeah.
as Beretta because its HP percentage is fixed damage and the explosion is really huge. And now it's a guaranteed one because of Sarah. Compared to previously, it can be cleansed and you just take the stun. But because of Sarah, now Nikki went up to A tier.
Plus, if you if you cleanse it and it stuns, it still does damage.
Yep. So I think she's pretty much an A tier. Dubah, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay, cool. Now we have Hathor next. I think Hathor is, it can be a B tier for a pretty standard counter on the back line.
Yeah, I would throw her in B
Sure,
tier.
yeah.
She's good. Her mana cost is high a little bit for, and the sleep duration without her greenstone is just it's not amazing, but she does the job.
Yep. Without the Swift Stone or Accuracy Stone, actually her mana cost is quite high and not that accurate as well. So I think we can leave her as B for now. Okay, then next we have Konomiya. Konomiya is without any stone. We'll put him as B also because all the unit that you need him, like Lushen or Copper or Lapis that keep bringing back, actually is not that good in the same tier. So what people usually use Konomiya now is to bring Beretta or Poseidon back or Eleanor back. So you only see him to use with all those units. So I think B is pretty standard for him.
Sometimes I use him to pull Nikki back so I can redo the bear if it fails.
Yep. So all agree that he's a B?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Okay, now we can go to Atamiel. So I think Atamiel is one of the best in Arena because of all the buffs running around. And now because he gets the buff to his damage, he can actually one-shot down a lot of standard level 10 units in Arena with all those buffs. I think he's a A tier for a single target damage nuker.
I'm good with A tier. I just hate him because whenever I use him, he resists every time.
That's the different thing. Yep, okay, so we are good with this. Atamiel in A tier. Toast,
Definitely
anything
A
to
tier.
say?
Yeah. Definitely.
Okay, cool. Now, Kamun. Kamun is also interesting because he get a nerf and he get a buff. Is Kamun comparable to Kali and Sophia? What do you guys think? Or Atamiel? Or should we
His
go?
terms of
damage,
no.
Should
his
we bring?
damage is so low in arena.
Yes.
I wouldn't.
I'll feel that he now belongs in B tier because of the change in the bug after they nerf him. I feel that it's more of a nerf, not a buff. So I think Kamun has gone down to B. He's no longer
I have
one.
him still compared to Jean, not as Sophia or Akali in Arena.
Okay, you can compare him to Jin or Atamiel, I guess.
Yeah, that's where I'm comparing him. I'm not comparing him to the high burst damage dealers.
Yep. Okay, so we can see that he's not as good as Atamiel or Jin. So that's why he's in B tier now for Arena.
Still heals a lot more than either, but I would put him in B.
Yep, he is fixed now, so he doesn't heal as much anymore. Okay, next we get Verda Heal. So Verda Heal actually is very interesting because you can build him in a lot of the arena team to continuously give you back mana. So I think he's pretty much the same tier as Rakuni to be used in that purpose.
You can't.
Oh yeah,
give
you can
mana
because
back.
of no skill stone.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so in that case, I think he's pretty much useless. I think we can lower him down to C.
He's good at C at the very least because he's not like absolutely useless, but because the blood ring does add something to it, but you
Yeah.
have to be in a very special comp for
He's
that.
like a bad version of Kamun.
Yeah, I've never seen a Verdi in the team and been like, okay, I gotta adjust my plan a little bit. No, he's just my dude.
Yep, exactly. Okay, so I think Vertihill is a C tier for now. Okay, now let's go to Ragdoll. I think Ragdoll can be A tier because you can counter a lot of unit in arena. Normally, certain deck only run certain like 1 or 2 core unit, and the moment you use Ragdoll to shut it down, then the enemy team has nothing to use but buff or like supports.
I've had someone get the ragdoll buff on them and then use the character with the buff on it, and then it's just destroyed his backline.
Yeah, the entire line will just disappear. Yeah, so I think Ragdoll is pretty strong in arena. I can consider him A tier. What do you guys
Yeah, I'm
think?
good with A tier.
Okay. Same reason with Hua. I think Ragdoll Hua combo is pretty deadly in arena. I think Hua, Sophia, Kali is really quite a good single target damage dealer in arena. I can put them in the same A tier.
I agree with that. Especially the Ragdoll and Hua.
Yep, Ragdoll and Hua combo is really deadly in arena. Okay, Perna. Perna is also another A tier in arena because of the fixed HP damage, and combined with Sarah, it can deal a lot of damage. So I think Perna and Nikki fulfill the same thing.
Yeah, I'm good with A tier. If his fire dot rate was higher, I would be okay with moving him to S. But with how much it fails, yeah,
Yeah, it's an A tier.
I'll keep him A.
Yep. Okay, next we have Gibraltar. So Gibraltar is pretty interesting as well. I think the bomb damage still do a lot of things, a lot of damage and stuns in arena. But because of the random nature of where the bomb go to, you can't really control it. I think we can leave him either as A or B.
Oh, I've seen him used so much in arena, and he is amazing. Because mainly for the fact that he only throws out a certain number of bombs, and it's random where they hit. But as soon as you use Sierra, after using him again with Kona, I dislike it.
Yeah, but the thing is, let's say you want to use a Sierra combination. You'll pick either Nikki or Perna or Beretta to combo with Sierra. You won't pick a Gibraltar to combo with that Sierra. Then, in that case, that means Gibraltar will not be comparable to Nikki, Perna, and Beretta in just the choice of combo
Oh no,
alone.
I've seen people pair Sierra up with Gibraltar a lot.
Over Beretta and Nikki and Perna?
Oh no, they'll put at the very least they'll put Beretta and Nikki in as well.
Yeah. So
Pretty common that I've seen is Gibraltar in slot 8, then Sierra in 7, and Beretta in 6. That was a pretty common team.
yeah, but the thing is, that means your choice is still first pick is Beretta, second pick is still Nikki and Perna, third pick then Gibraltar. Right? You will never choose Gibraltar over Nikki or Perna or Beretta if you have them in your hand to combo with Sarah. For example, you have 4 cards in your hand and you have all 4. Beretta,
No, I
Nikki,
wouldn't put
Perna, and
Beretta
Gibraltar.
on his own.
Yeah, Gibraltar's only
No.
good on the back
It's
end.
about choosing what you play in your hand. Let's say you have these 4 cards in your hand: Beretta, Nikki, Perna, Gibraltar, and a Sarah is coming up. That means you know that you can use one of them to combo with her next. Which one will you choose in that situation? If your answer is to choose Beretta, Nikki, and Perna over Gibraltar, that means Gibraltar will never be in the same tier as them.
I'd use Beretta, then
Even
Sierra
use-
would
I don't
come
know.
into my hand, and then I'd use the bomb guy, and then I'd use Sierra.
Yep. So exactly. So in that reasoning means he's a third pick in that combo alone. He is good
No, you would
for
be
what he's.
second then.
If
I'm just saying
quickly,
he's useful.
if the choice was between Beretta, Nikki, Perna, and Zibro, I would never choose Perna to combo with Sarah.
Yeah.
So I personally would prefer Gibraltar over Perna
Okay, so it
with
means
the Sarah combo.
that means we can bring him
I
up.
personally would have him in an A.
Okay, we can bring him up together with Nikki, Perna, in the A tier then. Sounds good. So these 3 and Beretta fulfills the same combo with Sarah. Okay, seems good. Gibraltar feels more consistent for his mana cost. Someone says in the chat. 4 mana for almost guaranteed. 4 bombs actually, not 3. Yep. Okay,
Yep.
let's go to our final 2 unit, which is the new unit that is recently released today. So I think Molong is pretty good in interrupting in arena. The same reason as we use Ragdoll and Hua. I think we can put him as A in arena just for the interrupt alone.
I personally haven't seen or tested these new heroes yet. I literally just got home and jumped on Discord with you guys. So unfortunately, I won't be able to have any opinions on these two. But in theory, they look like being able to take out the big giant warrior killers. So I'd personally put them both in A and a C. Events readjust.
No,
I'll
no,
let
no.
you guys
That's Jean. That's different. For Molong, he counters the person that used the skill. For Jean, you kill the target with the highest attack. So your giant warrior target is actually for Jean, which he fulfills the same purpose as Hua. So I'll put John and Hua in the same tier in that case for assassination target. And Molong is the same purpose as Ragdoll to shut down the damage dealer from using the skill. So Ragdoll, what it does is when you use the skill and then you cast the Ragdoll Dragon Eye, right? So it stops the DPS from using the skill anymore. So it shut down the DPS. For Molong is whenever the DPS use the skill, you interrupt the damage dealer, so he cannot cast any skill. So in this case, they two fulfill the shutdown the DPS role. For Hua and John, Hua kills the target with the lowest HP, which is normally the target after Ragdoll, which is the same DPS, and then John target the one with the highest attack, which is a DPS role also. So I think John and Hua fulfills the same role here to kill the core DPS of the enemy. So that's why in the same tier. So what do you guys think?
I think he performs better than Hua in that regard.
For John, remember there is no skill stone here, so he only
Yeah,
does.
I'm saying what I'm saying is because he doesn't target the lowest health like Hua does.
Okay.
He attacks the highest attack, right?
Yes.
So then he would be better than Hua at that because you have to get the target's HP down first before you can use Hua.
Yep, but then if you are saying that he's better than Hua, there's only one more tier above this, which is the S tier, and he's not as good as the unit in the S tier.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying put him above Hua.
I think they fulfill different purpose. Firstly is when you use Hua, you burn the enemy mana. So if you play the mana game together with the Deceleration and Acceleration, Hua actually will be the one that you pick over Jean. If you want to control the opponent's mana, it's not about so much on the killing of the core unit. But if you want to shut down the DPS without caring about the mana, then of course you'll pick Jean. So I think they do different things.
More like I would pick John over using Ragdoll at all.
So you use Jean and then Hua after that.
Yeah.
Yep, that's possible. So I think with these 4 heroes, Ragdoll, Molong, Jean, and Hua, you can do a lot of combination between these 4 to target whichever you want to shut down. So let's say you want to shut down the attacker, then you use Jean and Hua. Let's say you want to shut down a particular core unit that is not the attacker, then you use Ragdoll and Hua. Or you want to shut down anything that want to counter back your skill, then use Molong. Something like that. Okay, everyone agrees with this?
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, seems like we have our arena tier here. Let's do a recap again. So as we see here, the S tier is for the broken units that you will see in almost every arena team. Everywhere you go, you'll see them, no matter what. I think they are pretty much staple in all the arena decks. For A tier is all the very good units that we see in most of the teams to be combined with the S tier units or fulfill a very good role in arena. For B is all the other standard units that you will use to just fulfill the slots of supports or any other slot that you need to fill up in your team. For C is slightly less desirable unit to use because they are better alternative. And for D is basically units that you don't see at all in arena or you will never use it in arena team. Okay, so anything to change for this list, up or down? Okay, let's go one by one. Tos, anything to say? Tos, are you there?
a very solid understanding of what's strong, what isn't. So I'm happy with how things have panned out.
Great. Okay, next, Dubah. Anything to say?
Nope, I'm pretty happy with it.
Okay, cool. Okay, Karzak, anything to say?
I'm definitely confident with this list that we have created. I don't think there'll be many disagreements with this personally. I feel like we've had a good discussion. And also a few people in chat who've considered their
Yes.
input too.
Awesome. Okay, Onika, anything to say?
Meh, it's good.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so as we can see that there are a lot of people that actually join us today in chat as well. So it's really pretty great to see that everyone is contributing into this tier list to create a community-driven tier list that will actually hopefully cater to most of the arena situation that we see in today's meta. So I think yeah, we can be pretty confident that this is a good tier list in overall. Okay, of course there will be some people that will say that certain units are not in this tier or not, but that will be their own personal opinion, just like how this is our own personal opinion. So every tier list, as you know, is all based on our own experience and opinion. So always take this with a pinch of salt. Okay, so with that, I think we have come to the end of our stream. Please thank again our special guest for today. We have the channels in the description as well as in the video. Please don't forget to support them. We have DubahGaming and CarzakTheBull. The links are in the video and the description below. Please go and support them. So let's thank our crew one by one. So we have Tors. Say bye-bye to our audience.
Thank you for having me.
See ya.
Okay, Onika. And then we have Karzak.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.
And we have Dubah as well.
Appreciate everybody coming out. Hopefully you guys agree with this. So.
Yep. Okay, so thank you everyone for coming to this stream tonight. Thank you for participating and see you guys in the next video. Good night. Bye-bye.